Oh my word.
Should start
This is
with the
funny.
I'm pretty sure we should start with condolences for yesterday.
Oh,
The
because of
Uh-oh.
Broncos,
the
Oh, the
loss.
Broncos.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fair. That's fair.
yeah.
sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Thank you.
We were rooting for you.
Appreciate that.
We all were.
All right. So Kevin and I watch this guy on like we follow he's a YouTube guy that we watch in the evening sometimes, and he always gets messed up with his screen sharing and all of that, and so I'm kind of feeling like him today. I can't seem to like get it together this morning. So anyway, I'm just giving everybody access and who knows what I'm doing. So don't mind me. Okay, Susan Benny, you are in my screen. Does this look normal to you?
It does. I see Games Life.
Woohoo! Good job. All right. Thank you so much. All right, let's get a move on before I mess something else up. All right, you guys, we are in the last week of January, which is insane. This is again, remember, a 5-week turn-in month because we have 5 Fridays in this month, as far as symmetry goes. So anyway, that's where we're at. And as a reminder, you guys, it's really, really important to make sure that you get in any pending requirements, just work to get business across the finish line. Check with your carriers and just check pending with each carrier that you have applications with. And let's get it across the finish line. There's a number of people going for promotions. You might have an upline that's going for a promotion. So let's get all of our business issued, get our clients covered, get a deposit in our bank account. And so that's kind of what we're looking at here. So it is wrapping up and it's been a big month. So let's finish strong. Here are the calls that are on deck for this week. You can take a screenshot of this if you'd like. We can post it this week as well. We do have the FIF and reset call. I'll have Daniel speak about that here in just a moment. We've got Protection Pros happening Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Check the time on that. Deep dive with the sales experts is Thursday. That's a corporate event. So make sure that you are just getting what you need out of training opportunities. So Gabrielle, I see your hand here in a moment, and it might be in reference to the call that you're doing today. So I'll have you talk about that here in just a moment. But you guys, these are the opportunities for training that we have available. So, so many people on this team have stepped up to say, hey, I'll help out with this training or that. And like, if we can't figure out how to move this forward, and it's because we're not like taking part in the Elevate call where it's just a big collaborative conversation and questions and, everybody helping everybody, like that's a place to be. Protection Pros, Monday, Wednesday, Friday with Gabrielle, Holly, Ben, like get to these things. This is where you can get just, some time with experts and get them to just help you overcome objections or fine tune some of the scripting that you might have. The FIF and reset call with Amy Warren and Daniel, like another fantastic opportunity. So plus all of the training that we have through corporate. It's just bonkers, you guys. So quickly, Daniel, if you would like to give us a quick rundown on what's happening with the FIF and reset call I don't know, maybe this year, this quarter, this semester, whatever we want to call it.
Yeah, absolutely. Amy and I have totally reworked this FIF and resets call. We're going to be gearing it so much towards either new agents who have no idea what resets are, and also veteran agents who need to get more into resets. And so we're going to simplify the whole process, make it easier to look into like pre-qualifications and what is a good reset and different age groups that we should be resetting and to what types of products we should be using for them. So it's going to be like way more of like a master class on those calls. And then starting today, we will be doing them in the Mac room, always after this Monday call on the second and fourth Mondays of every month. So hop in if you guys want to learn. I'm running the one today. We're going to be going over pre-qualifications and some really good details to get into resets.
Awesome. Thank you very much for doing that. Appreciate your time there from you and Amy. Gabrielle, how about what you have happening today?
Yes, after Daniel shared his awesome kind of dial funnel digital masterclass, we had a lot of people that felt like they might benefit from something on the analog side, since both can funnel into funnel. So I put together just kind of a very brief look at how to leverage your analog leads in a similar way. Obviously, they have to be stewarded a little bit different than digital. So this class will be the most helpful for people that were able to attend Daniel's digital masterclass, but it's just going to be kind of a short look at how to use your lists to really advantage your analog leads. So if you're on funnel and you're doing analog, this will be a great call for you. It is at 2 p.m. Central Time today in the Mac room.
Perfect. Thank you for doing that as well. Again, everybody just is here helping everybody. So appreciate everybody stepping up to do different things. Additionally, Gabrielle is our Gains Agency Base Shop mentor, and she is available to help run appointments either, I'm going to say for you, but with you. Okay. So where you will book appointments with your clients, and she can run that appointment for you so that you can see the process and how it's supposed to go when you're meeting with clients. Additionally, she is available to help just sit with you while you run an appointment and make sure if there's things that she can find to help you do, just maybe do things a little bit of a different way or just get things across the finish line. She is available to do that. There are plenty of details around this type of program in our base shop Slack channels. So make sure that you take a look at that. But it's a great opportunity for training and mentorship. So find more information in the Slack channels, please. There's also one other new channel that we started. We call it the Newbie Network, and it is a channel in Slack for those people who are in pre-licensing, those people who are in maybe just their first kind of 90 days. Hop in there, encourage each other, and just find people that are kind of in the same spot that you are. Find a running buddy and figure out how you can cheer each other on. So if you are new and you're not seeing yourself in that channel, please reach out to your upline so that we can get you added. Obviously, it's possible we may have missed one or two people. Additionally, we are wanting to just chat and talk about Ignite, promote Ignite. You guys, a great opportunity for us to be in person together mid-March in Dallas, Texas. This is going to be a wonderful event where we will be able to have a lot of training from kind of a main stage, and then there will be like tons and tons of breakout sessions. Usually you can register, I think, for like 4 or 5 different breakout sessions where you're in a room with a smaller group of people for about an hour, and you are getting really just some mentorship directly related to certain topics, really helping you get what you need for where you're at in the business. So again, you might be in your first 90 days, you might be in your first 3 years, 5 years, 9 years, like whatever it is, there are specific things that each one of us needs to get out of an event like this. So make sure that you get your ticket, reach out to your upline, we'll get you a ticket. They're $140, and then you got to get yourself to Dallas, Texas, one way or another. Drive there, fly there, whatever. Again, if you have purchased a ticket and you do not see your name on this list, or if I have spelled your name wrong, please let me know. I don't want to look like too much of a fool. I don't need to look like any more of a fool than I sometimes look like, all on my own. So if I have spelt your name wrong or you're not on a list that you should be on, will you please just let me know? Please appreciate that. All right. All right, Dave Calabrew added. Thank you. Let me know. Send me a Slack message. I won't remember from this message here. So please let me know that. All right, you guys. Also, Kyle and Kristen Gaines, thank you guys for kind of getting our dial group going again. Live dials in the Mac room are happening. We've got a few people signed up, and we just want to make sure that if you need an opportunity to just kind of listen to people setting appointments, this is the opportunity. I also saw some names on for next week. So sign up for yourself, let other people listen to you and give you some real-time feedback. Guys, again, there are so many training opportunities out here. Like if you're not advancing, I probably would be asking, are you doing any of these things that we have available for you to come alongside other people in this business and just get an opportunity to watch, listen, and get some training? There's so much of it. So really, really appreciate everyone who's heading that up. Welcome to the team, Colton Kemp, direct to Kyle and Kristen Gaines. I believe you are in pre-licensing, and so we are really, really happy to have you here. Let's see what I might be missing. Okay, perfect. I see what somebody just put. All right, past exam. Woo-wee, what a great feeling for you, Lee Tucker. Anaya Clark, I hope I have said your name correctly. If not, somebody unmute and correct me. And Antonio Oliverio. Antonio O. Congratulations to the three of you for passing your exam. Now you get to get into some of these opportunities for training and yeah, get yourself ready to go here. So well done, you guys. Look at our weekend warriors. Holy smokes, you guys. Daniel Cucciara, Gabriella Cucciara, and Greg Geek with a reset, working with Daniel over there. Like super fun stuff. What a great way to go into the week with some clients that you've helped and yeah, business on the books, applications in process. You guys, I'm also going to stop here for a moment. We put out a contest. I hope you guys saw it. If you missed it, you need to go back into one of the Base Shop Slack channels and get the details. We are running a little contest from started Saturday morning. It will go to end of business day on Wednesday. For every $1,500 in business that you submit, it can be over 2 applications or whatever it is, but for every $1,500 you submit, you will get your name on a wheel spin, and we are doing a $150 lead credit for whoever wins that. We've got people who are in their first 6 months. You're in one category, and if you're been here longer than 6 months, you're in a different group. So 2 wheel spins, and you guys, if you don't know about it, you should. We posted it in Slack, and so check that out and get an app, get a couple, whatever you need so that you can get your name on the wheel and win some bucks. All right, new writers, the name of the game as we begin to talk about these new writers for this year. We've got Dave Kellebrew with 1 new writer so far in 2026, and myself and Kevin 1 new writer with 2026. So let's go ahead and keep that rolling. And there's 1 new writer in Lander Pena. Great job writing your first application and going through that process. This is just the beginning. Great job. Last week, the week of January 17th through the 23rd, we had 3 people get 5K plus by Friday. Miss Olga, Dave Kellebrew, and Jeff Lipson. Great job to the 3 of you for writing 5,000 in business or more by Friday. And then we had Mr. Jeff Lipson come in just under 20,000 by about, I don't know, 12 or 1,500, something like that. But great, or there it is. Great job to you, Jeff, for issuing more than 15,000 by Friday last week. Well done. And in the master month to date, year to date, we are at 150,000 with 18 writers. Jennifer Gaines Base Shop, 7 writers, 1 new, 23 applications, 38,023. We've got Jeff up there and Dave and Olga, 1, 2, 3. Kevin Golden, not Devin, Kevin Golden, 4,274. Monique with 2 apps, 1,723. Alona, 1 app, 228. And then Lander with his first app, 123. Kyle and Kristen Gaines Base Shop, 3 writers, 5 apps, 5,387. Daniel, Kristen, Gabrielle, great job to the 3 of you with your clients that you served last week. And here are the writers in the Gaines Master Agency. For the month of January, we have 18 writers, 2 new, 95 applications. Find your name on the list. We've got 18 people on it, which is so, so fun. Let's get a few more. I know there are a few people who, especially like new writers, few people who can submit their first application. We are looking for you. And yeah, exciting stuff. Let's get those first apps in for the month of January. So if you are new and you need to submit your first application, whether that's on yourself or a client or a family member, let's do that. Great job, everyone. Our future agency owners, Team Lipson, Coates, Cucciara, and Kellebrew. Let's see how you're doing for the month of January so far. Key leader Jeff Lipson with 7 writers, 1 new, 80,000 in submit. Unreal. Insane. Congratulations. There is something going on over in the Lipson Life Group agency, and it's amazing. Congratulations. We are celebrating you guys. Team Cucciara, our key leaders, Daniel and Gabrielle, 3 writers with an APV submit of just under 28,000. Great job to you, Cucciara crew. Team Coates and the Coates Insurance Group, key leader Tim, 2 writers, 16,079. Great job. And then we've got Team Kellebrew looking for their promotion to team leader. Let's go. Kellebrew Insurance Group, 2 writers, 1 new, 18,207 in submit. Great job. 100 families served. Every single family on this slide represents a family that did not have insurance before these people met with them. Now their families are protected and they are working their way. Our agents are working their way to serving 100 families in 2026. Jeff already on his way with 20, and Gabrielle 15, Dave 10, Tim 10, and it's just a beautiful thing. So great job, everyone. There's our 4 cornerstones and the 4 keys to a successful week, otherwise known as the Great 8. Just had someone ask me for this slide, so wanted to print it out. So we're going to go ahead and get that to you. But these are the things we need to be looking at if we are curious about maybe what might be at a stall in our business. So checking on these 8 things is going to probably give you the answer most likely. And then our new slide, if you are running and gunning for a promotion, look where you're at. You should see your bubble, your face, and we are looking for each one to promote to the next level. Again, if your face is missing off of this slide, would you please let me know? Generally speaking, we're trying to put people on here who've at least written their first application and had that submitted. So we're looking for you to go from an 80 to an 85, 85 to 90, 90 to 95. And these are ways that you can become even more profitable here. So great job. If you need a connect call with anyone, please just click on the link and schedule a time with any of the people here. All right, I think that might be it. Okay. Great. Hopefully I'll look through the chat here as we get going here, but make sure see what I missed. But anyway, all right, you guys, we have the pleasure of we have a guest host. And our guest host is going to be featuring some people from his team. So Jeff Lipson, we are excited to have you kind of run with the call today. And Jeff, it's just been an absolute pleasure and an honor to watch what you have done here since you started in November of 23. I think it was about November of 23.
24.
24. I'm sorry. We're in 26 now. So yeah, it's been a little over a year and a couple of months. It's just crazy. And so the growth and the just the intention that you have put in with getting better yourself, growing, learning, connecting with people, creating things. It's just been really, really inspiring. If I'm being totally honest, it's just been a real honor to watch. And we are looking forward to having you, earn your agency ownership. And I know that that's like we're in the final week of hopefully wrapping up month 3 of that. And it's a strong push, and so much can happen this week. And we're really, really rooting for you and Lips and Life Group. So, yeah, we are behind you all the way. So, I'm excited for you to share just along with your featured guests, Alona, Dave, and Allison. And so, anyway, I am just going to be taking notes and going to be proud to listen to all 4 of you share a little bit with us. So,
Thank you.
I will let you take it away, Jeff Lipson.
Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I don't know if there's a way to spotlight everyone. There we go. Perfect. Yes. So, to spotlight the other 3 as well. But, just real quick, I'm very honored to be able to like host and hopefully be able to start hosting a call, like this. And I would not be, in a position to hopefully getting through the 3rd month here, without you, Jennifer, and without so many people on this call. Um, you know, the slide said like hosting Jeff featuring, these 3 folks here, but like this is not about me. I'm literally just here to truly just facilitate a conversation. Like this call is being hosted by these 3 people. And I wanted to like the honor of being able to like host this is more so just that I'm being given a platform to be able to shine a spotlight on these 3 folks, and for these 3 folks to have a platform to be able to speak and to share a little bit of their experience and their wisdom and just what they have been going through here so far. So just the fact that if I'm in a position to be able to highlight these people, that makes me feel so good, because I think that they earn that, and they're doing all the right things, and that's exactly why I wanted these 3 folks to be able to do it at a high level. Everyone, like, what I want you to be able to get out of this call is, these 3 folks, David, Alona, and Allison, they're in 3 different stages of the business here. Okay. Like David's been here for, I believe like a week from now is going to be officially 12 months from being contracted. Alona is over outside of the 90-day mark of having been contracted here. Allison is still within the 90 days. So 3 very different perspectives. Okay. And in different stages of what they're doing here. So I think like what I want I'm hopeful that through hearing from each one of them, that there's things that you're going to be able to resonate with, and that will help instill some extra belief in you, inspire you to make some changes and some improvement in how you're doing things. Maybe here's some tactical stuff that's going to help you, right? Like I'm hopeful that there's even just 15 seconds or so of this call that you find from one of these people that's going to help you take it to the next level, that's going to help you achieve that next promotion, whatever that's going to look like for you. And so, Allison, Alona, David, I am very, very appreciative of each one of you and what you bring to the Lips and Life Group team. And you 3 are huge reasons why I smile coming into the office every day, because I get to work with people like you that I know are genuinely good people and that are putting their best foot forward, and that I just really, really enjoy working with. So I really, really appreciate and thank the 3 of you, not just for all the time that you give, but also just agreeing and indulging me in coming to do this in front of the group. So I appreciate all 3 of you. Thank you. Awesome. So
You're welcome.
yes. So to kick it off quickly, there's time obviously that we're all going to be sharing here together, but this is going to be a focus on the 3 of you. Give a quick intro, who you are, where you came from, where you live, how you got here, and just so everyone can kind of get to know you a little bit, and then we'll go from there. So Dave, why don't you start?
What's the questions? What do you want me to start with?
Just a quick little intro on you, Dave. Where you are, where you come from, how you got here, just that kind of thing.
Phew. I'm in the sticks in Illinois, deep dirty South, and where do you start? Left the day after high school, went to California, was a golf pro for all my 20s, sold some insurance in the beginning of that. And it was really rough and had to drive everywhere, and it was just everything that this place is not. And was in California. Came back to Illinois. I bought a golf course, and it's in my hometown here, or pretty close to my hometown. But came back here, got a golf course, did that for a little while, and ended up running and switched out of that. Started a trucking company. I had 28 trucks. That was hell. And we got out of that. And now we're back in insurance. And this is the best place on earth, surrounded by great people and just given everything you need to be great. I love it here.
Appreciate it, Dave. Thanks.
Yeah.
Allison, how about you?
Where do you want me to start? Like, 'cause
We'll keep it,
I'm
we'll keep it at about 60 seconds.
okay. I'm a licensed hairdresser, so I'm used to working for myself, but then went into corporate world so I could have benefits and things like that. Jeff found me in a transition period, and I was very skeptical. Kind of same skeptical that Kristen had at the beginning. He'll attest. But I am so happy to be here and working for myself again. But at the same time having this team. So it's pretty awesome in a nutshell.
Awesome. And Alona?
Um, let's see. I am in Charlotte, well, just outside of Charlotte. My husband and I moved here in March of last year. We were in Boston prior to that, which is where kind of how Jeff and I know each other because we went to the same college. Career-wise, I was in marketing my entire professional life and worked for very, fun companies, very cool products, but nonetheless, I realized that the corporate life jobs in general were very like soul-sucking to me, and I always knew that that was not going to be my path. Um, so also during a very transitionary moment, Jeff also found me, took me quite some time to come around to kind of understand how this works, to believe in the fact that this can work. But yeah, very grateful and happy that I came on board. And I told Jeff, I think my first month in, that this was exactly what I was looking for, but I never knew it existed. And I only found that out after having kind of taken that risk and joined.
I love it. It's one of my favorite lines. I wrote that down as soon as you said it. More people need to hear that. Okay. A couple of lightning. I appreciate the intro, you guys. A couple lightning round, just a couple quick questions before we dive into some of the stuff. So we'll go lightning round and we'll for all three, we'll start with Alona and then Allison and then Dave. Okay. We'll go in that order for lightning round. Favorite ice cream flavor? Alona.
I thought this was going to be a professional question. Oh my God, raspberry.
Allison.
Vanilla.
Dave.
All day Cherry Garcia.
I love it. In one word, I'm going to announce that I'm going to change it up on you. So I'm just keeping you on your toes. In one word, when you first got here, what did you think success was going to require?
Am I going?
Yes, Elena, we'll keep same order.
Knowledge.
Lots
Allison?
of work. Work.
Okay. Dave?
Hustle.
Okay. And in one word, what do you now realize, or has that changed, actually matters most in one word?
Consistency.
Belief.
Presence.
Okay. In one word, what kept you going during the weeks where the results didn't match the effort?
Belief. Stealing Allison's.
Perseverance. Just it has to happen. Sorry. With the wrong word.
Yeah, belief, just like trust in the process. Just diving in and doing the same things over and over. Trust in the process. One
Okay.
word.
So I really appreciate that. And I think it's hard for me to see everyone's faces because we are spotlighted, but I feel like for those that I did see, as people were saying some words here, I saw like heads nodding, and stuff like that. Um, and one of the words that came up here a couple of times was belief. Can you kind of expound on that a little bit? Like, how did that become something for a number of you who just said it that either became the thing that mattered the most or that got you through the hard weeks? Allison, if you want to start.
Yeah, because, well, you kept saying, I have belief for you if you don't have it. And then I kept thinking, this guy hardly knows me. And if he can believe in me or he can put that confidence in me, and I know how successful I was at my previous job. They used to call me the pit bull because I would just grab onto something and just push, 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 or pull whatever hair you want until I got it. And for me, this is the no-brainer is for me is I never want to work for someone else again. There are no options of quitting. The only time I look at LinkedIn is to see if I can maybe get my courage up to start recruiting. I'm not looking for jobs, don't want them. This is my job. This is my career. So that's where if one week is not good, I think back about how successful I was in my other position. And you know what? There were weeks like that that just were really bad. And it's sales. There's always going to be a bunch of no's, and then you're going to get a yes. And then I hit that my one lady that had that great policy. So now I would like a bunch of other 77 healthy people, 77-year-old healthy people. Let me write you a policy. So, and they're out there. So,
Yep. 100%. That's great. Alona, you also said belief when you talked about what you realized mattered the most compared to knowledge. How did that
Um,
come to be?
I mean, similar to Allison, I think you always do say borrow my belief, and that I think definitely really helps
mhm.
when things are not feeling so fun. But two, I think just coming into this and from day one, hearing so many stories of people from literally every single walk of life, experience, no experience, having made it here makes you like truly believe that you can do it too.
Dave, how about you when it comes to belief?
Yeah, it's just belief in the system. I think, like everyone said, like getting a no. Like everybody's going to get a no. You're not going to sell everybody. But the biggest thing is like if you have belief in the system, you get a no. Like say you get 10 leads, and say you get 10 leads, and the first one hangs up on you. Well, now you got nine. And the next one comes up, and they don't even want anything. They didn't even mean to fill out the form or whatever it may be. Now you got eight. But if you go by averages here, what everybody says, out of 10, you should get two. So if you have eight, you should be excited about those other two that are coming. So
Mhm.
if they're coming at you, it's belief that they're coming at you. Then you got a system behind you that if you trust the process, we have scripts, we have people that support, practice pros, elevate calls. You got everything behind you just to get in and keep learning. But
Mhm.
belief in the system is just you just keep going. Just because somebody tells you no doesn't mean that's the end of the world, and it keeps a positive attitude on the whole thing. So just belief and trust in the process and keep on keeping on.
Yep. 100%. And that's actually a really good transition to the next thing I wanted to hear about from you guys. And by the way, everyone, like to just also put in perspective here, when I talk about like three different stages of business for everyone, that's the case. But also like Allison, she just issued almost a $5,000 policy the other week on a mail-in D lead and has been growing in her consistency and doing everything. Alona, in her first full month, came in and worked her activity super, super hard, was writing numerous policies on call-in H leads, and then got herself into a position where, she was starting to invest in digital lighthouse A leads, and probably she issued over 10K in her first full month in the business. And Dave is someone who's been a consistent 5K a week writer, someone who's issued 15,000, almost $20,000 a month, and numerous times. This month may be his first month of officially issuing 20K and first month at top producer, and he is making a heavy investment in leads. So like these are three people that have a lot of, for where they're at in terms of resonating with these people have a lot of kind of some proof in the pudding of what they've been putting in, even if it has been here for a year or if it's only been here for a couple of months. On the point of leads, and I'd love to kind of go in order here of kind of, newest agent to most seasoned. So Allison, Alona, and then Dave, you. How is your mindset around leads and investing in your business evolve from you started to now?
Um, well, it's scary when you're putting money in, but then when I think about what the actual overhead of a business would be, as opposed to investing in these leads, I'm investing in myself.
Mm,
I'm investing in, getting these names, and there's going to be someone out there in those leads that's going to buy from me, that I can protect, that I can help. So, and I will be starting digital leads soon. On
I
that.
love that. Putting it out there for the world to hear.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Love it. Alona, how about you?
Um, I don't know if it's changed necessarily, but I think I have grown to actually understand what, like Jordan Shank and other people have been in the business mean when they say a lead is a lead. I think I proved that to myself early on because, A leads are great. They definitely have higher intent. However, to me, so far, kind of what I've seen and what I've learned is that a lead is a lead, an H lead or an A lead, like there's still a human on the other side of the phone. So like, how do I say this? It's more so about, again, like focusing on having those conversations and the consistency. And whether you're calling an H lead or an A lead, treating them the same.
Mm. A
They don't
lead,
know who they are,
right.
like on your
A lead is a lead. What do you mean by that exactly?
just kind of what I meant with by saying like it's just a human on the other side of the phone. They don't know how they are categorized in our system.
Mhm.
To them is just one person reaching out to another, and it's the conversation might go a little bit differently, but treating them the same is what I found has worked.
Mm. Treating every lead the same, no matter what, right? We need to put our whatever our preconceived notions are about that lead. We should be treating a call in H lead the same way that we'd be treating a digital lighthouse mortgage protection A lead.
Yeah, like I still follow up the same amount of times with an H lead as I do with an A lead. Like to me, they're not any
Mm.
different unless they flat out tell me stop calling me.
Right. Absolutely. And Dave, how about you? Because I know that it's been a journey for you in terms of like lead types worked, lead investment amount. Like, would love to hear your mindset and how that's shifted over time.
Um, I think early on, like I treated it like money that I was going to lose. Um, for real. Like I think the when I first put lead money in, I was like, well, how much am I going to spend this week? And then everybody told me like whatever I spend, it needs to be the same amount every week. So I was like, well, how much, what's it going to be? Three, four, five, six? How much? So then I was like, you get a lead that comes in and they hang up the phone on you and you're like, oh, there's $40 gone or, however much it is. And then it's like the worst feeling because you're just knocking money out. But we get paid so well here to just help people that like if you just rock one of those, then it's $1,000. So if you're spending whatever it is 300-400 and you take care of one family, if it's just one person, if it's two people, then it's double. So I think early on I was just worried about losing money, and now I see them almost like a hell, I don't know, tuition or something. I wasn't buying leads. You're buying conversations, reps, confidence, clarity. Every lead taught you something about people, about yourself, just about how you need to show up better. But once I think I stopped being afraid of like spending money on the business, I think I started respecting it as a real business, and it just seems like everything leveled up from there.
Really good. When you started treating the investment more like a business, you stopped thinking about the specific dollars.
The money's going to come, man. I mean, if you get in there and treat these people like just whoever, just somebody you talk to every day,
Hmm.
The money's going to come. Like if you sit there and you come in and you try to sell somebody insurance, well, you're going to be that insurance salesman, and that's a crazy thing. And if you sit and understand what these people are wanting, and at that point, you just need to be quiet and listen to what they're saying. And if you sit and listen to what they're saying, all they want is what you already have. And if you give them I mean, we got how many carriers that we're licensed with here that, somebody's going to get covered with something. So, and not everybody's going to buy. Not everybody's going to buy, and that's okay too. But the biggest thing is understanding that if you just be there for them. And the biggest part of it a lot of times, which my issue was, is just being quiet and shutting up and letting them talk and telling you what they want is my problem half the time. And you're just trying to fill space. But if you ask questions and get the clients to just, they're going to sell themselves. They're going to tell you what they need. And at that point, you're just sitting there and giving it to them.
Hmm.
So I think that's the biggest thing of what to understand is if you talk to these people and understand what they're wanting to achieve, and you listen to what they want to achieve, at that point you're just giving them what they want, and of course they're going to buy. I mean, it's what else are they going to do? They're already on the call. The hardest
Hmm.
part of the call is getting them to get on the camera and unmute themselves and get the video on there. You know what I mean? That's the hardest part of the call. But yeah, I think that's it.
So Dave, when you were, going through that period of time where it was like you were almost like counting the dollars from every lead and every no, you're like, well, there's another spend, there's another spent. And then eventually you got to a point where, you just started feeling like, no, this is an investment into the business. It's a monthly spend. It's right. And it's an investment into the business. Is there anything that you feel like that made that start to click for you mentally when that happened in your brain?
Of what I want to spend. What's the
Like,
question?
no, just kind of when that clicked for you mentally, where when that mindset shifted from, you know, how you start thinking about leads now, where like you said, like it's just the investment that I make into my business and that's how I generate profit. Like what helped you click mentally when that happened?
It's just the outcome. Like you just trust the numbers. Like it's there's no real. I mean, it's averages. The people that come on, they're either wanting insurance, they're either wanting educated about insurance, they're either wanting, they might just be curious what the ad was about. They might not even meant to fill out the ad. There's all sorts of variables that come in there, but ultimately it's just a conversation that you're having with everybody, and the amount of opportunities that you're putting in is the amount of opportunities you're getting out of it. If you're gonna spend, I don't know, whatever you're going to spend on. If you're going to spend on H leads, these people have gone through a little bit of the process. If you're going to
Hmm.
spend on A leads, I do digital lighthouse leads, the mortgage leads, and the thing I like about those is those leads come in and they're yours to work. So they come in and it's your touch. Every time you're touching is the first time that they're really listening to anything that about insurance. So they sometimes they don't talk to you for months. Then all of a sudden they come in and then there they are, and you're their insurance guy. So I think you're putting the money in and you're going to get it out. The thing that you have to understand is the amount of money that you're spending. Just one of those sales is going to get back so much of what you're already spending. So, if you rock one week and you throw $600 in and you get no sales, I mean, it happens. It's happened to me. I'm sure it happens to everybody. But then the next week you get one sale or two sales, and now you have 2,000 on the 600 that you spent. So
Hmm.
it's all, it's all compounding. The biggest thing to think about is those leads keep coming in. Like if you I was told, I don't know who told, it's probably Jeff or maybe Jennifer. I'm not sure. But in the beginning, they said whatever you're going to invest, make sure you invest the same for 6 weeks. And if you can only do $100, make sure you can do $100 for 6 weeks. If you do 500, do 500 for 6 weeks, and just trust the process. But if you have so many leads coming in, say you have 10 leads coming in the first week, and you sell none of them, and well, next week now you got 20. And then if you sell two of them, now you got 18 left of still selling. Now your third week, now you got 28. So you have all these people of who you're speaking to, and it just compounds, and you're just moving them through the process, um, and
Yeah.
taking care of their family.
It sounds like it's almost like, in the beginning or for a period of time, it's like you feel like you're spending money. And then you get to a point where all of a sudden you start to make a few sales and then you start to see a profit and then your mindset shifts from I'm not spending money, I'm investing money, right? Because investments yield returns, spending yields losses, right? I spend on clothes, I spend on golf, I invest into my business, I invest into the market. And it's like you need to give yourself enough time to get to yourself to a point where you start to see those first few sales come in, you start to see it, right? You need to see to believe. And of course, seeing it from others helps, but then when you see it from yourself too, that helps a lot in that mindset shift from spending to investing. Give yourself the time to be able to see that happen, and then your whole mindset about the business starts to shift. To pivot a little bit to some more kind of individual questions, because like I keep saying, like the three of you are in three sort of different stages and phases of your journey here. Allison, for you, someone who's still within your first 90 days in the business, what is something that you're doing now that you weren't maybe 30 or 60 days ago that you feel like is really helping you start to see some results?
Using the tracker. Uh, I do like tracking stuff, but initially it just seems all overwhelming to me. But when you uh, put it in writing, so to speak, um, it shows what you're accomplishing daily, weekly. I use the paper activity report, and then after speaking to Jeff, he's like, put it all in the tracker. I count up, and you can go in and see what you did week by week when you go into funnel activity, and you add it all up. Wow, I did that much this week, and then you can see like what results you're getting. It just makes everything look more tangible. So I think that helps a lot.
And it's so you're saying that just kind of managing in that way is helping rack your brain around the business for what you need to be focused on week to week.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And when you see the numbers, like when you see, hey, I made that commission or I booked that appointment, it just keeps you motivated to continue.
Mm,
When you see that, even if it's like an inch of growth,
hmm
it motivates you to continue. And I do want to add, as my team knows, I'm trying to heal up from pneumonia, which I never had in my life. And the whole time I was laying on, I felt guilty because I wanted to make phone calls. But at that same time, I thought, oh, I don't have a boss that can fire me for not showing up at work because I'm so sick, and that is the most relieving feeling in the world. So
mm.
that's another, just saying, that's just another way that we're empowered to take care of our health, to stop when we need to, and do this. So I don't know
That's
what I
great.
can't. That makes me emotional though. So sorry.
No, no, I really appreciate that. And I think that resonates with a lot of people, including me. And also, I don't think it's you talk about like you see those things start to stack and it's like,
Uh-huh.
tracking in that kind of way also allows you to, it builds your confidence, even if it's subconsciously. And I really don't think that it's a coincidence that, when you start tracking in that kind of way where you're treating yourself like a business and then that's when you make the kind of sale that you made the other week and close that deal. I believe those two things are correlated, right? When we start doing the right things, we're going to start seeing positive outcomes. We start putting in positive inputs, we're going to see positive outputs. Um, and so, kudos to you for starting with that. And I think that a lot of people here, nod their head around, yes, tracking your business, doing that, making that change and that commitment, especially early on, is going to pay huge dividends for you.
And I want to piggyback on what Dave said, because
Yeah.
talking to your client, that also builds that confidence in you. You sit there and you get to know them and you let them talk and you ask them open-ended questions and you show a genuine interest in what their life is. Again, builds confidence in your relationship building with these people. Um, that'll also help build your business and your confidence and belief in yourself.
Yep. 100%. 100%. Um, so Alona, want to go to you. Similar kind of question, but I mean, listen, at the end of the day, like, A lot of people know you here because you came in and like from day one started accomplishing some really big things right away. I haven't had anyone on my team where I feel like names have come up like, you're the Colin H. Queen, serving the Alona special with some of the things that you've gone out and done. So I think a lot of people, they look at someone like you and they're like, what, how, they're like, I'm calling Colin H. Like, why can't I make a sale? What's going on with me? What's wrong with me? What is she doing that's different than me? Alona, what did you do? Because this is what it comes down to. What did you do in your first month that you think most new agents don't do?
I mean, I think a big part of all of it was just getting on the phone way before I actually felt ready and just doing it, kind of winging it, without having an understanding like, okay, I've scheduled my appointment. Now what? Like I had no clue what that meant, and what I had to do after I've scheduled that appointment, but just kind of taking that chance and again, getting on the phone way before I felt like I knew the carriers, I knew the products, I even knew the process really. I think that helped build my confidence very quickly, like in a matter of days, truly, because I very quickly realized that it's just people on the other end of the phone, and they're a lot nicer than I thought they would be. Especially for some reason, I thought Colin H's would be all really mean and cranky, and they were all, for the most part, very nice, willing to talk, willing to listen to me. Um, so yeah, just getting into it as soon as you can, just do it essentially. Um, as opposed to, because I know the struggle. I am very much this way where I feel like I need to know everything and study everything and memorize everything
You said
perfect.
knowledge when you said what you thought was going to make you
Exactly.
successful. Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, that was a massive push for myself out of my comfort zone. But I'm glad I did it.
What made you do that? Like what pushed
I
you
think
to just go
when
for that?
when I started, it was such a new just avenue for me. I never ever thought I'd be in sales or be selling insurance, especially. So I think I kind of took it as an all or nothing approach, and I never do that in my life. Um, and I kind of felt like I owed to myself to just dive in straight away and just see what happens.
You owed it to yourself to just dive in straight away.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that because I think everybody, literally every single one of us owes it to ourselves to go get uncomfortable and do the hard thing that may make us successful. So, but it sounds like also it's like, yeah, most people like aren't going to do that, or like just are make the sub like unconscious decision not to do that.
I mean, I don't know what people are doing on a daily basis, but I just know that I very easily can think that way. So I'm gonna guess that a lot of other people feel like they need to perfect the skill before going out in the world and positioning themselves as a professional.
Hmm. Absolutely. And a quick follow up for you, Alona, before we go over to Dave. I mean, do you like what's the biggest difference between how you feel like you're working now and approaching work in the business and your mindset around it versus in your first, 2 to 4 weeks?
Mm, I mean, I work A leads now, so I don't know that much has changed, truthfully. Um, I think it's a little bit more of a predictable process because I work A leads and I have that weekly investment, but I try to keep my activity still very high, despite the fact that I have a pretty small A lead investment currently. Um, I still call the H leads. I still buy the H leads, just to keep building that muscle because I don't feel like I have that muscle memory and the skill just yet.
Hmm.
Uh, so it's important for me to kind of keep building that still. So I don't know that I'm doing anything very differently necessarily. It's just, I'm learning more and more that this is a consistency and momentum business. So I'm trying to
Mm.
kind of, ride that wave, especially after being gone for a month, trying to get back on it.
Yep, 100%. And Dave, so for you, what, you know, you've now been here for close to a year. You came in and in your first 90 days did quite a bit. Like you issued over 10K, I'm pretty sure, your first 3 months each in the business. For sure, your first month and second month, I'd have to go, but I'm pretty sure all 3 months. That being said, I would also probably make the argument, and we'd probably do so as well, that like, how you approach the business now is pretty different than how you did back then. What's the biggest change for you about your mindset and your approach to your business now versus in your first 90 days when you were brand new to Symmetry and coming back into just insurance?
Um, I think I think in the beginning, I thought the business was kind of, I guess all about me, maybe like
Mm,
coming into the call. I thought it was all about me, like my
mm,
pitch
yeah.
and my knowledge and my confidence or closing ability, I guess. Now I realize it's not all about me. It's about like being present and actually listening and asking questions, and understanding what the client wants and what they're trying to achieve for their family. I, I think I think when I stopped trying to sound smart and started trying to understand them, everything changed. Like the business got easier, the conversations got lighter, and I trust, like the trust showed up faster, I think. And I think I think the people I am seeing just feel that and notice it more. I just really talk from the heart when I'm in the call. And it's really about it.
Yeah. Do you think that also that mindset, Dave? I think that's really good, by the way, because I fully agree with that. And I think that, again, to like Alona's point, it's not about like knowledge or selling, right? Or like being really good at sales. It's about listening. It's about asking questions. It's about being a trusted advisor. Um, and it's like it's going from this mindset of it's about me to it's about others, right? Do you think that that mindset shift was correlated to how your team growth also started to happen, where you went from a team of one to the team that you have now? Do you feel like those two things almost coincided, where it was no longer it was about me, but it was about externally?
I mean, I guess. Yeah, I mean it's I don't know. As soon as you take all the pressure off yourself, I think when you take the pressure off yourself and you ultimately are there for the people that you're on the call with, I think that's everything. I think when you sit and listen to them and ask them questions, I think that's the key of almost everything. Yeah, we have a pitch. Yeah, we have anything that you're going to try to direct. You do all your preparation before the call, all that kind of stuff. I think that's all great, and I think you got to do it. But I think the biggest thing of all of it is just being present and talking to the client or the person on the other side of the video call. They're going to tell you what they want, and if you listen to them, you give them what they want.